Good evening, everybody. How's everybody doing tonight? And let's see who we've got in the chat. We got Marianne Bimler and Linda Peterson. And there's Adam Pasquale. We got Todd Leginus and Hiking with Jackie Boy. What's everybody up to this week? How is everybody's Thanksgiving? Let's see. I was told from another streamer to join this one. Yeah, would that be Bailey Woodworks? There's DJ Turneroo. And Rebecca Touched by Yarn. Good evening. I'm working on a working and crocheting a blanket. I won't be chatting much. Well, that's fine. You just sit back and relax. Hey there, Debaka. How you doing this evening? So there's Butler Family Farm. Hello. How are you doing hiking with Jackie Boy, Kevin? What is the number? How many days you got left now? I'm guessing probably around 13 days. Because I think it was 16 the last I heard. Hey, there's Pooch. The Pretty and Pooch channel. There's Pooch. And then No Judgment Here with Tish Ross. That's Tish. Thank you for coming in. I'd actually like to talk to you, Pooch, about if you're interested in me being close by you at the campgrounds at the Mid-America meetup. Let's cahoot with that if you want. Tish. Let's see. What else is going on? There's Treasure Hunter, Neil. So, as some of you might know, that this area or this region got slammed pretty good. And it was actually mostly between let's see. Chris, my friend of Adventure Awaits, he lives in northeast Ohio. So from him to me got slammed right along the belly of Lake Erie. Both of us, well, he lives actually closer to the lake than I do. I'm about 4 miles off, and the township I'm actually part of that township, but it's a little bit more west of me, and they got slammed, especially all along the lake, because the water temperatures, I believe, were at 50 degrees, and it just picked up all that moisture and dumped it on us. So that's I wouldn't say that I couldn't get out. I mean, I was able to clean up the car and everything and get out if I wanted to. I didn't really want to, but it was prepared to go if we had to. Somebody had to go to the hospital or something. But that was a job, because the thing of it is, the ground wasn't frozen. It was just mud under there. And we had like 2 feet, 3 feet in some parts of our yards or property, you want to call it, whatever you want to call it. And it was just like driving over grease and trying to plow. It just wasn't fun. But I did it. Tomorrow, I'll go out there and see if I could clean it up, because it's sloppy looking. Sloppy. Old Man King Homestead's in here, and he's after me at the 10 o'clock Central Hour. So you're going to want to check him out. There's James Hall and Dale Homestead. There she is. Man, if you want to hear a really sweet story, go back to my live last week, and she told her dragonfly story. I always enjoy that. And Dexter doesn't care. Dexter really doesn't care if what it's like out, as long as he's got a place to go poop and pee and sleep, and then go back in the house and sleep. But he's upped his game. He, when I first got him, he was pretty in his shell, and now he's getting a lot better. He's starting to play, and like horseplay and stuff like that. And I knew it was in him because I've seen videos of him doing it before I even had him, where he'd play with the other dogs and stuff. And he was finally starting to do that. He wasn't trusting it. In fact, he still kind of looks at me like, "What are you trying to do? Play?" I don't know if I trust playing, but he wants to do it, and he has been, but just very like in the shell kind of way, I guess. Petite River Homestead. That's Bobby. He's in here. Good evening. Yes. Thank you, Linda. Hit that like button, subscribe, do all that stuff. You know what all the stuff is. Do it. Happy he's happy. Yeah, I think he is. Oh, he loves Papa. Man, I bring him out here, and the first thing he wants to do is run and jump in Papa's lap. I mean, he runs. That leash is flicking from one wall to the other, all the way into where he sits. Doesn't even let me take the leash off. Heather, I hope you're doing well. Who was it? I thought I saw. There's Lori's Prepping for Heaven. She came on last week. We got to meet her on right here. That was kind of neat, because we always see people in the chat, and then when you see them in person, it's always a treat. There's BNS Odyssey. I always stumble on that one. It's like a tongue twister for me. We had our first Christmas dinner today. Yep. People are going to start having their Christmas dinners at work, and multiple families trying to get Christmas dinners in during the month. Hey there, Debbie Dratch. How you doing? Let's see. Jackie Boy does that to Joanne. Yeah. Well, think of it. It's like having grandparents. You're always excited to go see your grandparents. Well, some people are, and that's what it is like for dogs. I know that when he sees my sister again, he'll probably be pretty excited. And hopefully we get to do that on Saturday, because we got, there was Thanksgiving, and then we were going to do it Saturday with my sister at her house, and then her husband got sick, and we didn't want to risk getting Mom and Papa sick, so we postponed it till this coming Saturday. And we'll see what the weather's doing. I mean, it's kind of iffy as to what it wants to do, and I know my mom, she's not going to want to go up there if it's a whiteout. I don't blame her. But Joe Jacobson, good evening. Prayers and blessings to all of Eastern Ohio, or Iowa. Yes. Keep them in your prayers. Let's see what else is going on. Red Dirt Rooster Road, good evening. And Bowen. I'm a bit tired, so I can't tag, but much love to all. Well, you just sit back and relax. I know. Sometimes I don't like to do the tagging and all that stuff unless I'm sitting at my computer. If I'm with my iPad, it's so small and it won't let you do the @ and all that stuff. So and usually I'm running around doing stuff to get ready, especially on a Wednesday night. And but I'm listening. I'm always in the lives like Pretty and Pooches. I'm there the whole time. They probably don't realize it, but I am. And same thing with MT Homestead. James Hall, how are you doing with your shoulder? Tell us a little bit about that. I'd like to get you up on panel. Glenn and Shannon, Salty Life. You're about to check on your pillow, Glenn? Or Shannon? Whichever is the one that's typing. Mr. MT Homestead is in the house. I'm glad to see that you got your hip replacement done and you're doing well enough to go on a live. That's got to count for something. You're going to be all bionicle before you know it. Get your knees done. I hope they don't have to do your ankles too. Hiking with Jackie Boy. Did you tell me how many days? If you did, I missed it. My guess was 13. Big Mike. Yep. Let's see. What else is people saying? 12. Oh, it was one day off. Oh, here I am rambling. This is an open mic. And you're welcome to come up here on panel. The link is at the top of the chat. Who did I just see? Southwest Living with Val is in here. Replacement parts are a good thing. Yeah. Makes you last longer. What else is going on? What else do I have to say? Talked about dog, talked about snow, talked about the fact that I'm all jammed up in what I was setting up as a shop with the gators shoved in there, and I was going to start working on that. And I said, I guess I'm going to have to wait a couple days for that. It's supposed to be in the above 40 for like, let's see, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, I believe. So that way I can get out there and do what I'm supposed to be doing for this channel. I do have a video I put out, I think Monday, where we were just spreading lime in the grapes. I figure, what the heck, I'll do a video on this. It's only like a 4-minute video, so check it out if you would. Everybody knows that I haven't been putting out a whole lot of content lately, but I'm working on it. I did start working on the house again. I haven't worked on the house in months because of the grapes and all the stuff that was going on. And I just started yesterday working on the laundry room. So that means we got 5 rooms going right now. And they all kind of have similar stuff. So like I'm going through, I want to do all the ceilings in all 5 rooms. And then paint them so that I don't have to work overhead anymore. That'll be a relief not to work overhead anymore. Unfortunately, there are no angles and staircases and stuff like the bathroom had. It should be pretty simple and straightforward. Who else? Somebody just came in. Leonard Mountain Homestead came in here, and that's Amy. She's here. Do you still have the grapevines up this? Oh, look who we got in here. What was I just reading though? Do you still have the grapevine up the storm chaser? Went past the house. Had grapevines up it. I'm sorry, I don't know what you're talking about, Linda. I don't know what you're talking about. But we've got somebody in the chat that I've never seen. Not the chat, in the green room. And he's gonna come. Are you ready? Hey there, how you doing, James?
How's it going, Brian?
I don't think I've ever seen you on a panel.
No, I haven't ever been on a panel.
Oh, that's awesome. So I get to be the first?
Yeah, you're the first.
I feel special.
Well, so, you can see where I'm at here.
You got your sling on, huh? So what exactly did they have to do?
Well, I had one spot on my rotator cuff that was kind of hadn't healed properly. So I mean, that's kind of where we were at.
Was that due to a previous operation?
Yeah, I had one last October. So yeah, it was not botched. It just didn't heal properly. So I mean, it just one of those deals. You're 57 years old. Things don't heal as well as they used to.
57. Stop dragging
57.
me. Oh.
57. Don't make me 10 years older than what I am.
I thought I said 57.
I meant sound like you said 60.
Yeah, well, that sounds scarier even.
Yeah, that sounds real scary.
Yeah, but every time you age, I have to age, so stop it. I don't know.
Anyway, so yeah, it didn't heal properly the last time I've been at this. Well, March will be 2 years since I fell and hurt it. So yeah.
Amy, I'm here. Brother James, I love seeing you. Thanks for all the support you give us. That's Bowen to you.
Well, I try to support everybody. I mean, sometimes there's a lot of times. Most of the time, I don't get into live chats. Most of the time, it's or even chat 1 hour lives. I have a bad habit of not doing lives because I'm watching so many channels trying to comment and support everybody that I possibly can.
Yeah, it gets to be overwhelming sometimes.
Well, it's not so much overwhelming, but when you're 2 days behind on videos, yeah.
Bailey Woodworks is in here. Thank you for coming in, and thank you for sending. There's a couple people that came over here because of you.
I see Troy in the chat.
Yeah, it's always interesting. I mean, you walked up to me at Mid-America. Was it? No, that was Lake 10 Killer meetup last year. And,
yeah.
I mean, not that it was so far-fetched to recognize you, but it's still kind of, you have to go, okay. I've only seen him in an icon at this point.
Yeah, well, the icon is a picture from 2021 when I just got my little dog back out of the shelter after 19 days. So yeah.
Yeah. Well, your dog might just get to meet Dexter. He loves dogs.
Hey Troy.
Dexter loves other dogs.
Well, she loves other dogs too. It's funny because she sits there and she acts like she's big, mean, and bad, and the next thing you know, she's just playing around like a puppy, and it's funny.
Bar Run Forge is in here. Howdy. He was on last week too. That was a fun live. Wait a minute. I'm mixing two different lives in my head. Okay, we had I think Ann Dale was on 2 weeks ago because she wasn't on. Yeah, she wasn't on with Bar Run Forge. Bar Run Forge was last week, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah, she was 2 weeks ago. Troy was on last week.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to going and seeing his setup. I wish I could get down there and
yeah, it sounds like he's got a cool setup going on.
Well, when I went through, I stopped at his place on the way to the Tin Killer meetup, and he was doing the electrical so that he could plug all his machine. I mean, he had it all planned out. He wanted this machine here, this machine there, and that machine there, and then he gave every one of them their own outlets, and it's like a older style, I don't know if it's a timber frame barn, but it's one of those older style barns, and he has a center wall. I don't want to give up too much. He might get mad saying you're telling all my secrets.
What weren't you guys discussing one night that he was putting a wood shop in as well?
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
I failed to tell you what I was talking about.
Wood shop and steel shop right next door to one another. It's got to be cool.
Pole barn, hog barn. Yeah, it's awesome. So, can I tell him what I saw? What I saw, Forge, or do you want to do a video yourself and tell it? Pretty cool to me. And then he's okay. I gotta wait until he answers me. Go for it. Yeah, he had one of these. I don't even remember what it was. I know it was for machining metal. And this machine, what was it? Like 2 tons? How heavy is that sucker? Took a forklift to get it in there. And I believe that was for, what kind of metal machine was that, Troy? It's a mill.
Wow, 5,500 pound mill. Wow,
it was huge, and it was all solid cast iron.
Well, I don't know what you classify huge, Brian. I've carried package units for warehouses, generators that were 14 feet tall and 9 feet wide. So yeah.
Yeah, but if you were to buy something like this brand new, I mean, this was an antique. So if you were to buy it newer, it would probably be a lot smaller. Just like
of course.
It was industrial. It was definitely an industrial machine. And his metal lathe is industrial as well.
I was just talking size wise. I've carried generators from Minnesota out to California, 65,000 pounds.
No wonder why your rotary cup is screwed.
No, what happened was I slipped on black ice.
What's that?
I slipped on black ice and landed on my elbow
Oh, it wasn't even work related?
No, I was walking to go get the van to go to breakfast.
Hubby was a machinist for 30 or 53 years. His run almost every machine in the shop. Yeah.
Yeah, I bet he knows a few things, Lori.
Some of those machines are amazing. I mean, the old, the antique industrial ones. I was like,
Oh yeah.
cow. Yeah, that's all this machine, and it's all pinpointed to this one section of where it works.
What about doing what for their Val? I got itchy nose.
Painful breakfast.
Oh yeah. When I fell, it was a painful breakfast, days. Very painful breakfast. And yeah. Let's see. They just scraped the snow off the driveway by the shop at where I was working, and they never threw any salt or anything down. So yeah, that was black ice, and people walking or don't mix well.
1897, the metal lathe was made. Troy
Oh
said.
wow, yeah, that's an old one.
It's old. They used that on the Titanic. Yeah. I don't normally have accidents like that, but man, I was carrying Paco down the stairs on an icy day. I came out. I didn't want his feet touching that wet, icy stuff because he would have started screaming. So I was carrying him, and it's only 3 steps down and a landing at the top. And I huddled in to protect him because he could have, otherwise, I don't know what would have happened. Instant thinking was to grab him, and I fell on the left side of my hip and wrenched my back real good.
Yeah, I can only imagine. Yeah, Bowen, I would say that black ice in a wheelchair are fun times. I know that it was really fun times when I hit it in a big truck. And yeah, that one didn't end too well either.
That'd be kind of like a stationary bike, wouldn't it? Well, unless you're
no. Oh no. I was doing approximately 55 miles an hour on a highway, and I went to go around a salt shaker that had just come onto the interstate. Well, about that time, yeah, the truck started going toward the median in the center of the interstate, so I cracked it a little bit to try and get it to go back straight. Well, next thing I know, I'm looking at the headlights of the salt shaker, and then all of a sudden I'm on the shoulder of the highway backward. Real fun times.
Troy needs
a blessed evening, Troy.
Of course, he needs to get going. See you later, Troy. Thanks for coming in. And so, do you think that your shoulder is doing it properly this time? Do you feel confident?
Well, I surely hope so. I mean, I'd like to go back to work. I mean, 2 years off of work isn't exactly fun, sitting around twiddling your thumbs, especially when you can't do anything. I mean, I'm an outdoors guy. I like to hunt and fish and camp and all that other good stuff. But with my shoulder the way it is, I can't pitch tents and split wood and all that other good stuff. So it makes it a little more difficult.
Well, when I met you, I was trying to pitch a tent in a freaking windstorm.
Yeah, I know.
And I had my tent crooked to the car. I had to try to line it up.
Yeah, remember I helped you.
That's what I'm talking about.
Uh-huh.
You're helping me. There was
I mean,
a time in my life where nothing hurt and I could stay up for days.
well, I remember those times too, Bowen. I really do. And yes, Lori, it is kind of hard to cast the line as well.
I remember back in the days when, my dad would talk about back pain and stuff. I said, I'm so glad I don't have to. I mean, I had no concept of what back pain was.
Well, see, my job requires me to sling 55-pound chains. So yeah, and throw 85-pound lumber tarps. So yeah, I'd like to get back into shape. And being round, I don't classify in shape.
Unbelievable. Chris is late. He has never been late, and now he's late. Not to pick on him for the one time he's late. That's adventure awaits. And for those,
Yeah.
if anybody, I mean, I don't know anybody that's interested in gaming. Like, what's the name of that again, Chris? The game that you play on your live. There are people in here that probably like gaming that I just don't know that they like gaming. So if you do, go check out Chris's other channel. Chris's channel is Adventure Await. It's right there. Go check his other channel out, Retro Replay 83. And he has started doing some lives with his channel. And it's actually kind of cool. I mean, I was never a game way even when I was a kid. I used to get excited about Atari for like 5 minutes and then I was done with it already. But
yeah, I'm definitely not a gamer. My hand-eye coordination isn't what it needs to be.
But I did, for Christmas, I bought my nephew and niece's back at the time. It was PlayStation 2. And I used to watch them play all the time. Because once they got here, that's all they wanted to do at night when we settled in was play those games. But yeah, if anybody is in here, is a closet gamer that we don't know about, go check it out.
And Bowen said that in his earlier years, he was partying with some well-known folks, and after one night of partying, that's when he had a run-in with black eyes.
Closet gamer laughing out loud. What I mean by that is, a lot of us are homesteaders or people who follow homesteaders, and a lot of people don't really talk about extracurricular things that they enjoy doing. That's what I'm trying to.
Yeah, we won't even go into extracurriculars, right?
I mean, I look at channels of things that probably nobody would think that I would check out, but I do. I mean, I love anything that involves making or designing something or how something works or whatever. I'm on it, including medical procedures and everything. So we don't always know what people's interests are because we haven't been told or we didn't ask.
Lori, I'm definitely a closet gamer.
Who said that?
Lori prepping for heaven. I think she's probably talking about her prayer closet.
Yeah, we'll have to start calling stuff that closet.
Oh, wow. She used to play WoW? Wow. I'm impressed.
Let's see. Petty Jean River Homestead says, I worked at a pinball machine and video game repair shop. Oh, that would be cool. For 3 years and can't game anymore. I had played them to see where they fail. Oh, okay. Games in the closet. Okay, people. You say one little thing, it turns into that.
Ace, I'm with you. I played a lot of Pong when I was a young man.
Did you do it in the closet?
No, wasn't in the closet. It was in a bar, believe it or not. My parents owned restaurants when I was a kid, and one of those was a bar and restaurant, which had Pong. So I would sit at the Pong machine and play for hours.
We did actually have Pong. It was one of the first things we got. I remember having it probably about maybe 2 or 3 years before we moved from California in like maybe 77 or something like that.
Yes, Val, Pac-Man does count.
There are some great virtual pinball game. Yeah, I've seen you play that. They are pretty cool.
Pac-Man, Centipede, Millipede.
Someone like Chris will like the pinball game to play it, but I sit there and enjoy the graphics specifically. That would be my interest.
That's bad, Ace.
Now what is she saying?
Do not pass go in the dark.
Chris, is it set up so that can you do the pinball games also on your lives? Does that what are you using? I forgot what it was. Streamlab, I think. No, he's using OS.
I did too, Bobby.
Okay, is she still going? Bobby.
Oh, we got plenty of Jesus here at Thunderstick. Plenty of Jesus.
You need Jesus on your heart. Well, maybe that's one of you should definitely do some pinball ones because, I'm not much of a gamer, but I will watch it if I'm just sitting there watching it. And I want
the one that I really enjoyed was Donkey Kong. I used to play the heck out of some Donkey Kong.
There was one game I played a lot, and that was Pitfall on Atari, way back when.
The other one, I go to the local Straw Hat Pizza Parlor, and I'd play Spy Hunter. Played a lot of Spy Hunter too.
It's interesting. I didn't have any interest in that stuff because I think I might have walked through an arcade for some reason or another. Maybe at like Disneyland had one, so we walked through it or something. But I have never played anything at an arcade when I was a kid. Is that there? If you guys are interested, please go check that out. Subscribe, like it. What else do you do? It like it, share it, subscribe it. For all you closeted gamers.
I hear you there, Bowen. Ain't no sense in bringing up the old man, right?
So what are you going to do on your first day hiking with Jackie Boy, Kevin? That you're off? Sleep? Or you're going to go hiking for a week? I'd say, okay, I'm going to go to bed. I'm going to bed.
Yeah, Bobby, I bet those were hard to clean and keep maintained. I mean, those old pinball machines were great. I loved them. I played a lot of old pinball machines as a kid.
You know what I would find, because he's not in here tonight, Troy Sutton, but Troy Sutton's been posting stuff on Facebook. He's working on miniature scaled models of.
Yeah, I saw that he had one that he posted just recently.
So I am fascinated about. I've watched many videos about them constructing miniature scale model stuff like that, and all I could think of is how do you keep that clean? How do you keep it dusted? You would almost have to, when you weren't viewing it, cover it because otherwise.
I mean, yeah, you're talking dust for days.
And the thing of it is, dusting it could potentially destroy it. Especially
Yeah,
when
Bobby, I have to say that my pinball skills are a whole lot better than my video game skills.
Chris of Bailey Woodwork says he would like to have a pinball machine.
Well, so would I, especially one of the old ones. The old ones were the best.
Chris of Bailey Woodwork says, I have a channel that I make scaled model stuff. Well, I need to know that. I need to know what that is.
Well, here you go.
I actually on Facebook am, I joined one of those groups that do that stuff. Yeah. Yeah, I want to know more about that. Let's see. I hate it when being dyslexic. I have enough time, hard enough time reading it, much less with it jumping.
Linda Peterson, got a buddy of mine that finds them for me to go and play. It is fun.
There's this Bailey Model Works. I'm going to just screenshot that. Then I can look it up later. I'll look it up right after this.
Well, I'm not sure about good old dysentery or the Bowen, but okay. He made mention of the Oregon Trail video game. He said, good old dysentery.
Have you seen the one pinball machine that uses the cue ball for the ball?
No, I haven't, Bobby. I've never seen that one. That's an interesting one. I'd like to play that one for sure. That would be wild.
See, well, Chris of Bailey Woodworks, I like it when I see channels that are just starting out because those are the ones that are easiest to learn stuff from as somebody who's just starting. Because the ones that are do it, every day and are proficient at it, kind of get ahead of you. Just like watching you do those tops, I like doing it because it's something. It's a starter. It's somebody who has never done a lathe. That would be a good project to start with, but definitely a good project to keep doing for the rest of your life because they're fun. I have played at an arcade. Oh, I would only imagine you playing at arcades. You probably are at arcades every day after school.
Yeah, I've yet to even see one of those that Bobby was talking about, where it uses a cue ball as a pinball. That would be really cool.
A cue ball as a pinball.
Yeah. You said it's the largest one.
Well, thank
Good night,
you for
Andale.
coming in, Andale. Always a joy to have you around. You have a good night. I'm sure you're in your jammies. Your lipstick's off, and you're done.
Yeah, Bowen. That's what I said. I have never seen that one.
The pinball thing with the
Yeah.
with the Q-tip. I can't picture what that's about.
It's a cue ball as the pinball, and I was like, wow, really? I have not seen that one yet, nor have I ever played that one.
Yeah.
I'd like to see that one though. I may have to look it up when I get off of here.
I have seen multiple games.
That's kind of what I'm thinking, Bowen.
Google it.
Yeah.
Google it.
Well, I can at the moment. I'm on the live. There you go, Bowen. Get after it.
Yeah, get us some links. Get us a link and put it up there.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Yeah, I mean that has to be a pretty good sized machine to use a cue ball as a.
Oh, that's why I couldn't picture it in my head, is because when I was thinking cue ball, I was thinking the cue block that you put the dust on or the chalk on the end of the cue ball for some reason. That's the way my brain works sometimes. I was like,
no, the cue ball itself, the ball that you shoot,
the white ball,
the white ball. he Bobby just put up the name of it just now. It's called Atari Hercules.
We need to make a group pinball game with the bowling ball where you jump on the paddles.
Huh.
What? Sounds dangerous. Here, you shoot at that end and I'll throw the bowling ball at you.
Yeah, Val, I'm not a hustler when it comes to the pool table. But I'll definitely shoot some pool with you.
We have a friend that used to make huge monoplanes that were free flight.
Oh wow, there's a YouTube video of it right there.
To retrieve it. Wow. Awesome. Here's a video that the pinball machine.
Hey, Leanne. Good to see you in here.
I'll check that out later too. Get Colin for is to build a pinball machine.
I bet it is, Bowen. I bet that is a one big machine. I can't wait to take a look at it. I bet that's cool.
Atari was the best game for game maker. Where did it go? Atari was the best game maker
in the early days of video games.
Early days. Okay. Yeah, because
I have to agree. I played a lot of Atari growing up.
I actually still have my Atari and probably about 10 games. I have an Atari and I have a that's what I'm going to do when I go to Chris's house or something next time. I'll bring it with him and he'll know what to do with it.
I bet it is, Ace.
Asteroids.
Yeah, Asteroids was fun.
I think I have Asteroids. I'm not sure. I know I have Pac-Man and Pitfall 2. Lasergate. I liked Lasergates. That wasn't
Defender was good.
That wasn't a common game, but I really liked it. It was like a ship and you had to break through walls and shoot other spaceships and stuff. It was pretty cool. I would still play that. You use
tennis,
the game switch on channel
Frogger. It's great to see you. It's great to see a few people that know what it's like to play them old games.
Well, Chris's channel isn't just about live streaming. He does how do you say it? He has collected games from like all the way back to Atari and all that stuff, and hence his channel name, Retro.
Yeah, Linda, the Kiss pinball machine was a good one. I like that one. Yeah, Lori, that's always a rough one getting splat.
I remember. I don't think I've seen other people play Frogger, but I don't believe I ever played Frogger.
No, it's fun. It's a fun game to play. Yeah, it's frustrating at times though too. You have to have patience at times.
This is what I mean. Nobody knew that anybody had any input on talking about gaming and stuff. And look at this chat. They're all talking about gaming. All these closeted gamers.
You have to remember, Brian, there's quite a few of us in here that are a bit older, and I mean that's what we had growing up, and that was it. You had your game consoles at home if you were lucky. Maybe you had a friend who had a game console and you sat over at their house for hours at a time.
There's Retro Replays channel link again for those of you who'd like to screenshot it or whatever you want to do.
Yeah, Ace, I could see you throwing a few snowballs.
Linda, I have played that Kiss pinball machine game. I remember it. I remember it when it was brand new, but I just never played it.
That's pretty good. 2 quarters, 4 hours, Linda. Wow, I'm impressed.
I sucked at playing games. That was the main reason. My interest wasn't there enough, but then when I did go to do it, even for fun, I sucked at it so bad that I was like, this is embarrassing. I was usually with somebody and they're going, oh, you suck.
You see Sal, you see Val, Frog the neighborhood kid. Oh yeah, that's always fun, huh, Val? Throwing oranges at people. Wow. I've thrown a few walnuts at truck tires when I was a kid. That was always fun, making sure that you didn't get smacked back by that walnut.
I do know what you're talking about there, Heather Landsgren. I did play that once at my cousin's house, probably in the mid 2000. How do they call that? Is it the 2000s? Like 2007, 2006. The Wii game with the bowling.
Val, we played a whole lot of kick anything. We used to kick a rock down the street. Played a lot of football out in the street, the dead end street.
Is that close to you, Chris? That okay? He says there is a great arcade in Girard, Ohio. Biggest collection of pinball machines and arcades games called Pastimes. Is that near
3-minute
you?
warning, Brian.
Is that something that we can go check out? Because that would be kind of cool. Yes. It's about an hour from you. That's not bad. We don't always have to go hiking. Sometimes we can do something adventurous.
Hey, Rebecca.
Respect. My older brother, am I going to attempt to read a whole big message there? Okay. My older brother used to love the arcades. We would go every Sunday afternoon and I would watch him play quarter after quarter. Well, he's saying even, not ever. I even had money and was really bad at arcade games. This was back in 1985. I don't like reading out loud, but I'm going to start making myself do it. Space Invaders.
Yeah, that was another good game.
Is that the
Space
one where
Invaders.
grouping it goes and then you go choo 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 up like that?
They came down from the top. They go back and forth, side to side, marching down.
Well, this was a fun live. I'm so glad you came in. That was fun. I enjoyed it. It is.
Oh, I'm glad that you had a good time, Ron. I had a good time too. Watching all the people put up what games they played, so on and so forth. It was cool.
Defender.
Yeah.
All right, but it is, it's 11 o'clock for me, but it's 10 o'clock for you Central people. And, excuse me, Old Man King Homestead is on. I want to thank everybody that came into the chat and my moderators for protecting my channel. And thank you, James, for coming up and letting me be your first channel.
Thanks for having me. Y'all go over there and love on Peter.
Now you're going to be in all the panels.
I doubt that.
So you guys have a good night. Thanks for coming in. See you next
Peace,
week.
y'all.
9 o'clock Central. Bye for now.